This gear goes right through the bearing, right here, okay, and it rides on the bearing inner race. I'll show you what the inner race is. I get the damn thing to cooperate. This, of course, is your inner race, right here, okay. The whole thing is a bearing race, but your outer race is stationary. It never moves. Only the inner moves, the inner part. The inner part will move around this area right here. If the outer part moves, it means you've spun a bearing. It never should move, because once you do that, you raise a hell of a lot of heat and your bearing is shot. Usually when you've spun a bearing, like a crankshaft bearing, and that's what usually happens if you spun one, your motor temperature will go from 280 to 450 in about 5 minutes. And your motor can only stand 450 degrees Fahrenheit for maybe 10 minutes before the whole thing seizes. So if you ever have a problem with that, where your cylinder temperature has gone way, way up, then you know you've probably spun a bearing. Now let's talk about that for just a moment, okay? Now, just so you know what I'm talking about, on a normal air-cooled engine, okay, at top speed you should be running between 280 and 290 degrees. I have no idea what that is in Celsius, but that's what you should run, 280, 290. If you have a water-cooled engine, like this one, or the Dio, you should be running 100 degrees less. See if I can show you. I have to crawl around here, damn it. But this is a cylinder head temperature gauge right here. You should be running at about 180 to 190 degrees at about 30 miles an hour. If you crank on the throttle and you're going full bore down the street, okay, and you're a fat ass American like me that weighs 210 pounds, then your temperature gauge can go up to another 100 degrees, 280 degrees, okay, or close to 300. But it will go down immediately as the cooler water comes in after you let off on the throttle. Depending on how hot a gas you're using, you know, like if you're using race fuel or whatever. But your bike right here, if you're running over 400 degrees, and I would suggest anyone that has a air-cooled motorcycle or water-cooled, take the $15 and buy one of these things. Now, I don't know what they are in metric, but all they are is they don't work off of any electricity or anything like that. They have a cord that is measured right up here. The temperature is measured right up here by the cord, and if you come right back here, it's measured. This is the cord right here. It's steel braided. It's measured between this area under the spark plug and that area, and that can really tell you if there's a problem, so you don't blow up your motor and spend 400 or 500 pounds, whatever the hell that is. I think 400, 500 pounds is like $600 US or $300 in Australian. I don't know. But it's 2:30 and I just want to keep going. And I hope you appreciate my rambling. You know, one day, maybe 20 years from now, some kid will look at this and say, you know, that old man was slow, but I learned something. Next video.